What's up, folks? We just did a bunch of LED lights on Project FC3. Well, we're not done. We've got Morimoto complete headlight replacements. Let's put them on the car. What's up, everybody? It's JP with EdgeAutosport.com. Thanks for being here. As I said, we have Morimoto headlights. We're just now starting to sell these things. We've seen them out there for a while and just haven't really gotten into them yet, but we are now doing that. We're gonna put them on our car. We're gonna post them up on the site, EdgeAutosport.com, if you would like to pick up a set for yourself. I believe these fit all of the 10th gen Civics. So there's a couple differences between the models, but you can just pick the ones that fit your car appropriately or accordingly. These are fairly simple. Like, the hardest thing about setting this up is taking off the bumper, because you have to access like underneath the light housing to get the light off of there. But it is 100% full-on replacement, and we're going to show you just real quick not only what they look like, but just kind of how to install them. It's fairly straightforward. So we are excited to put something really gnarly in the lighting department on the car. I really love the LEDs that we put on. Totally changes the character of the outside of the car, but this is really going to take it a step up. So let's go do this together. Okay, so as you can see, this is the factory headlight setup, except with the LEDs that we put in, I don't know, a video or two ago. We upgraded to an LED in the projector headlight. This is the brights. I'm not gonna turn that on right now. And then we obviously have the LED blinker. This is the fog light setup from Diode Dynamics. This is obviously not gonna change, but this whole assembly is being taken out. So we just wanted to do a before and after. It is gonna completely change character and style and everything. So it's not just upgrading bulbs, it's really just changing the whole thing out. So lots of difference to be seen before and after. So make sure you take note of this. All right, so we are gonna start underneath the car, getting all the clips to take the bumper off. Again, we've done this so many times now, but you gotta take the bumper off, like I said, to access the housing. So we're gonna start underneath the car, get all these clips out of here, and then we'll be able to start on the top and take the bumper off. Now that the bottom side of the bumper has been detached, we're going to detach the top section as well. Start off with this kind of big plastic plate here, and then take off kind of the top of the lights and yank the bumper off, unplug the fog lights, and then we'll be able to pull the whole thing off. So like I said, you need to access a couple bolts that you can't get through the front bumper. One is just straight in here. The other one is right here. And then you need these two on the top. The fifth one's right here. I knew there was a fifth one. So this one, right underneath here, and then the two top ones. So we'll take those out and this thing just pops right off. Unplug the connectors too. Okay, so if you're wondering what to take off, really quick, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 total connectors, but then make sure to take off these little plastic clips that are holding the harness onto the back of the headlight housing at these two locations. Those will hold you up if you don't know what you need to disconnect, so disconnect those two as well. So I have not actually looked at the instructions, but this is pretty straightforward. These two bolts right here need to come off of the stock headlight kind of bracketry here, because this is what holds on the front bumper, one of the sections that holds on the front bumper. So this is gonna most likely bolt right on to the Morimoto headlights. All right, so here this is. Just put this onto the Morimoto. Okay, so before we put these Morimotos on, I just want to let you know that these are the adjustment screws for kind of where you want the light to sit. Obviously, you don't want it to be too high. At the same time, you don't want it to be too low. You don't want to blind people, but you also want to give yourself ample light ahead of you at night so you can see. So these are the two adjustment screws that you can use to kind of pitch the lights up and down. Put them on the car and then adjust them to where you like. I'd be willing to bet Morimoto probably gave it to you out of the box in a good adjustment zone, but if you want to change it, you can. Okay, so I have separated the two sides of the harness. This one is the factory one. It's easy to tell for us because with this blue clip, this was for the high beams. Like I said before, we have 4 connectors here, and we also have 4 connectors for the Morimoto. So we do have an equal amount of connectors, which is a good thing. This little box right here, you know, some sort of controller box for the lights. I'm not sure what it does, but it does have 2 locations to screw it down somewhere. We'll probably mount that maybe on top of this box right here. I'm not really sure yet, but we'll figure that out later. But just go ahead and start plugging in each one of these. Every one of the connectors should be fairly straightforward. I can already tell 2 of them are different than each other. So, okay, so there are 4 different types of connectors. They are all different. 2 of them look very, very similar. They're actually kind of the same exact shape and size, but the major difference is those 2 kind of pieces of plastic right there that are cast in there, or that are molded in there. Those are gonna go on the high beams. You can tell just by looking at the connector that those go in those little grooves on that connector. So, you know, if you have any trouble, just look really closely at what you're connecting. Everything should match up the exact same. Let's turn it on. So all that's left to do at this point is kind of tie the harness and kind of tuck it away nice and cleanly. Finish up putting the bolts back on the housing to make sure everything's secured to the car. We're gonna do the other one now and put the bumper back on, and we're pretty much set. Also, we went to adjust the Morimoto headlights, and where they gave it to us at was pretty much exactly where the factory lights were. The line definition is a little bit different just because of the nature of the lights and the projectors, but the lights are pretty much dead on where the stocks were set up at. So I think we're good to go on this thing. All right, last step. I totally forgot about this till we went to put the bumper on, but you got to take these little bumper clips off of the factory headlights and put them on the Morimoto. So do that before you put your bumper back on. I totally forgot to do that. Oh my goodness, these are fire. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy with the outcome. Charles, why did you slow that clip down? Well, there it is, man. I'm so happy with the outcome. These things are just, oh, they're fire. I love them. They look perfect on the car. They look factory, you know, they are factory fit and finish. It's 100% factory style or factory quality headlight. The lights are super crisp and clear. They come out of the box just ready to go. Everything connects perfectly. I'm so impressed with the whole kit. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of the Morimoto headlight install and demonstration. I'm so impressed with these things. I love these things. I cannot wait to just go drive around and have them on the car, especially using them at night and stuff. Just super, super cool. Adds so much style and functionality to the car. These are awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments, let us know. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button. Let us know what you think. And make sure to pick these up at edgeautosport.com. We got them ready to go. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.